Fourth to everybody. We'll start off with a little music. I hope everybody had a good day. It was hot here. I hope everybody had a good day. Ooh, it was hot here. All right. I don't want to get an echo. All right, so I know I'm live now, so I know I'm working. So good evening to everybody tuning in. Like I said, I'm Curtis Lee. Let me get this. Let me go back and get the music going again. And I'll get back here where I can watch the chat. Like I said, I hope everybody had a good day today. It was hot here. Hey, Joe Daisy. Yeah, everybody keeps calling me Santa, so I figured that one guy said something like, or I said something about having Christmas in July, so I figured I'd wear the hat tonight. Here, let me put my spectacles on so I can read the comments. Can you hear the music, Joe Daisy? Or it's like a guitar and like ocean kind of sound. I'm gonna play some music tonight. Test out some music for the streams that we can play on the streams. It's okay. Well, thank you for tuning in, Joe Daisy. Like I said, I hope you had a good day today. It was hot here. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't want it to be like too much. Just kind of background music so I can talk. A Krampus look? I don't know. Me and the goat man kind of don't get along. I don't really want to encourage him by dressing up like him. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Lord. Yeah, I figured I'd wear it. Everybody keeps calling me Santa, so I figured I'd wear the Santa hat tonight. Well, I've got two actual 4th of July stories tonight to tell you guys about. One of them's, well, I don't guess it's necessarily a ghost story, but it's kind of a haunting story. Kind of a story from America's past that defies all odds. So that's what the Wizard of Oz thing is. I'm gonna be the Wizard of Oz tonight, dressed as Santa Claus. But anyway, I've got a story about something that happened in American history. It's kind of interesting. I'm gonna let you guys know about that. Let's see. I can't see the. There we go. I'm having my computer's like all kinds of crazy. All right, let me see here. I was trying to see. Yeah, I guess I could get I guess I could kind of go for the Viking look and get a pair of horns like that. Dude, it was one of the guy was one of the people that stormed the Capitol. He had like a helmet with horns on it. I guess I could do something like that. That'd be about as close as I can get to it. All right, so what was the name of this song? I can't remember the name of the song. I was going to tell you guys. It's called List Grooves, or Inner Outer. Actually, I think the name of the group is List Grooves, and the name of the song is Inner Outer. I'm not exactly sure which way that goes. But so yeah, let me tell you. Let me get to our first 4th of July story, and it's kind of a history thing. And then the second story is about UFOs, about an early UFO sighting that I thought you guys would find interesting, and it happened on the 4th of July. So let me get to where I was gonna read you guys that story. So, like I said, this is where the Wizard of Oz thing comes in, because the odds of this happening are really, really small. Did you catch Ben's live last night? Only caught the end, so he'd be streaming. Oh no, I didn't catch it. Well, if he streams tonight after I'm done, I'll go over and check him out. No, I missed last night's. I didn't catch it. I was trying to get things together for this evening, but I'll check it out. Hey, Whiskey, how you doing there? Santa Scramble spells yes, or the other way around. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which way it goes. I lost my chat. Let me figure out how to get that back um without messing up the um. Let me mute this. Where'd my chat go? Well, how do I get my chat back? I lost it. Open panel. I can't even I can't even see to talk to you guys. That's terrible, isn't it? All right, let me get here live chat. That's what I want, so I can see what's going on. Yeah, it does. It does. With Scott, we talked about that. I mentioned that in last. I think it was Thursday night stream. I said something about Satan and Santa being spelled with the same letters. Like I said, I'm not sure which way that actually goes, but kind of goes both ways. All right, so let me give y'all my Wizard of Oz story. Wizard of Odds. Sorry. Um, and it says the 50th anniversary cosmic coincidence from the Paranormal Files. It says if you want to talk about patterns that defy mathematical odds, you have to look at July 4th, 1826. I don't know if you guys have heard this story or not, but I thought it was interesting. I'd heard it before too, but I figured it'd be cool to share on the stream. It says exactly 50 years to the day after the Declaration of Independence was adopted. This is on that exact afternoon, Thomas Jefferson, who wrote the Declaration, and John Adams, the second president and Jefferson's fierce rival turned friend, both passed away within hours of each other. Adams' actual last words on his deathbed were, "Thomas Jefferson survives," completely unaware that Jefferson had died a few hours earlier down in Virginia. And it says to make it even weirder, 5 years later to the exact day, July 4th, 1831, the fifth president, James Monroe, also died. And I believe he was from Virginia also. And it says three of the first five presidents of all foundational creators of the country died on the exact same calendar date, two on the exact same milestone anniversary. And statisticians have looked at the odds of that happening and concluded it shouldn't be possible. And it's a massive glitch in the matrix and a piece of weird history. So anyway, I figured I'd share that story with you guys. I thought that was interesting. And I have another UFO story. I have a UFO story that I'm going to share with you guys, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to chat here a little bit, and I'm probably going to play some music. Not your fault it displays this way sometimes. Yeah, I don't know what I did either. I messed up when I messed up when I cut mine off or something. I had like a weird screen or something. Couldn't figure out how to get to it. Well, can you guys hear me and see me okay? Other than that, anyway, what I thought I was going to do tonight, Joe Daisy, was since it was a holiday, I wasn't going to sit here and talk so much. Like I said, I do have a couple of stories, but I'm going to play some of the music that I found that I thought would be kind of cool for the show. And so the first thing I was going to play was actually a piece that's going to become part of the Appalachia After Dark show on Thursday nights. And let me dig that up here and play it for you guys. I thought it'd be fun. It's kind of Appalachian. All right, cool. That's great. Thank you, Joe Daisy. I appreciate you letting me know because I don't have no idea. I could play it, sit here and try to play it or put headphones on, but if I was trying to listen to that, I don't think I could play music on the speaker if I did that. So let me go down, find this one. Yeah, here it is. So this is kind of a, I live here in Appalachia, and there's a lot of, well, I've got Scotch-Irish ancestors. I've got Monacan ancestors. I've got English ancestors. I've got Welsh ancestors. I've got ancestors from all over the place, India. But anyway, here in Appalachia, there's a lot of Scotch-Irish people. So for the 4th of July, and like I said, I think this could become part of the, yeah, the weed was haunted tonight. It was like, it told me to. Well, and everybody always asks me if I'm Santa Claus, and so I figured we'd have Christmas in July and do something fun tonight. So this is a piece that's going to become part of Wednesday night show. There's a piece of music I'm probably going to use to kind of Appalachia to me, and I thought would be kind of cool. So let me play that for you guys. This is for the 4th, too. Yeah, good to see you, Dragon. Well, appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, the weed's haunted. I got it straight from the devil himself. Me and him are cousins. Identical cousins, actually. It just fades off. So that's going to be probably be part of Appalachia After Dark because I like that and it kind of fits. Like I said, I've got I've got ancestors that are Ulster Scots that came from Northern Ireland and settled here. The Gregories and Vance also. Apparently, me and VP Vance are distant cousins. We share a common ancestor. Some guy named Dr. Lancelot Vance. Sounds all fancy, doesn't it? So that was my Scotch-Irish piece that I'm gonna play on Wednesday nights for Appalachia After Dark. And let's see. What else do I have tonight? Let me get back to the chat. Well, how's everybody's? Cool. I'm glad you liked it, Joe Daisy. So, like I said, that's going to become part of Appalachia After Dark. And I went out. I can see fireworks. I don't live in town anymore, but I can see fireworks from my house pretty well. So I went out and filmed the fireworks. I zoomed in as far as I could. I had a pretty good show. They look pretty good. I'll try and upload that tomorrow so y'all can see it. So, like I said, that was one of the songs that could be part of Appalachia After Dark. Now, let me tell this other 4th of July story to you guys. And then, all right. Let's look at the chat before we get to that. I have a hard time figuring things out here. All right. My other 4th of July story is, and it says, turn your calendar back to the 4th of July, 17. Well, I'm sorry. Let me read that again. Lord. Turn your calendar back to the 4th of July, 1947. The fireworks have quieted down across the nation, but high above the Pacific Northwest, something else was putting on a show. The official record states that exactly 9:04 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, United Airlines Flight 105, a twin-engine Douglas DC-3 commercial airliner, thundered down the runway and departed Boise, Idaho, bound for Pendleton, Oregon. And it was a routine passenger flight, but as the wheels left the tarmac, the Boise control tower radioed up to the cockpit with a joke, a sign of the times. The tower operator told the crew to be on the lookout for those flying saucers that everybody'd been reporting lately. Apparently, they had a bunch of local people reporting. So this was even before Roswell. Let me switch the next page if I go the right way. Whoops, I went the wrong way. This is cruising into the twilight sunset. First Officer Ralph Stevens spotted what he initially mistook for oncoming aircraft. He aggressively flashed the DC-3's landing lights to warn them off. Beside him, Captain Emil J. Smith, a veteran airline pilot with thousands of hours in the sky, stared through the windshield. And what they saw defied the aviation manuals. Dead ahead, flying in a loose, shifting formation, were 4 to 5 flat circular objects. Captain Smith would later tell the wire services that They were smooth on the bottom, rough on the top, and significantly larger than any conventional aircraft known to the United States military. And as the pilots watched, the first group vanished into the ether, only to be instantly replaced by four more. And for 15 tense minutes, covering 45 miles of black sky, Flight 105 paced the anomalies, but desperate for verification. And Captain Smith radioed the tower in Ontario, Oregon, and alerted a nearby eastbound flight. Neither saw a thing on their scopes. And in a final bid for proof, Smith called stewardess Marty Morrow up to the cockpit, and she stepped into the cabin, peered through the glass, and confirmed the impossible. The objects were there, holding formation dead ahead, and the 8 passengers on board, sitting in the back, remained entirely oblivious to the entities floating off the bow of the ship. And then, as quickly as they arrived, the objects accelerated into the night and disintegrated into the dark. And the next morning, the story broke nationwide, and the public belly laughed at flying saucers. The public belly laugh at flying saucers suddenly went quiet. And this wasn't a claim by panicked civilians. This was the testimony of a sober, highly trained commercial flight crew. And the United States military later closed the book with a swift official stamp. The Air Materiel Command ruled the entire 15-minute encounter as nothing more than ordinary aircraft, balloons, birds, or pure illusion, brought on by the setting sun. And it says, but tonight as the static hums on the radio, we'll leave it to you to decide if Captain Smith and his crew were chasing shadows or if the sky was watching back. So you guys let me know what you think of that. That was another 4th of July story that I thought was pretty cool. Like I said, that happened, I think, a couple of weeks before Roswell, which I thought was interesting. All right, I'm going to take this hat off. I was going to let y'all know I do have some hair under here, but I don't have a whole lot. I'm going to put my other hat on, take the Santa hat off. Well, I appreciate everybody's tuned in. I thought the Santa hat would be fun, so especially since it was a holiday. So, all right, there we go. Did I lose everybody? Oh, good. I'm glad you liked this story. I think I lost everybody, Joe Daisy, but everybody's probably all hot and tired from being out in the heat today. So that was the 2 4th of July stories that I found, and I thought they were both interesting. I'm sure there's probably more. I think the Battle of Gettysburg ended on the 3rd of July, and I believe the 4th was probably a pretty somber day since so many people have been killed. Like I said, I went and watched my fireworks earlier, and I can still hear the neighbors popping a few off here. Yeah, we got bad storms, and I think Washington got hit pretty hard. Now they did get to set the fireworks off here, but I don't think there was a whole lot of singing at the park in town. They were supposed to have some musical events, and I don't think they got to have much of that because that was leading up to the fireworks, and it was storming almost all the way through when they would have had to have music. But I don't know. They did have the fireworks, and yeah, I think it stormed in D.C. too. They didn't get to have all that stuff up there, which is probably better because I think it was like 107 degrees in D.C. today. So since I told a story about the presidents, we're going to talk about one little thing that I found was odd about today. And I know a lot of people seem kind of down about the 4th this year. Yeah, I think he might have kind of got rained on a little bit there. But one of the things I saw today that was just like odd was they had this banner up going into his little 4th of July, his little 250 celebration of independence. And it was this big banner that had Trump's face on it, wearing a crown, and it said Trump for king. And then all these people were going up and having their taking their kids up and going up and having their pictures taken with Trump for king. It's like, we're celebrating the 4th of July. This country was founded on not having a king. And this country was founded on toppling statues. There's plenty of accounts of statues of King George being toppled. That's kind of what we do. That's how we built the country. So anyway, that's kind of my thing for July 4th. Was I thought some of this was kind of odd. The idea that we're trying to have some king for the 4th just seems ridiculous to me. So, anyway, that's my take on the stuff today. Yeah, I do think his parade was rained out, Joe Daisy. I guess it's just me and you tonight. Doesn't seem like anybody. Seems like I lost everybody else. But that's all right. I probably played too much music. Like longest. Let's see. Add a sticker. I was feeling something like. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Who knows with these folks, because it seems like they're not happy unless they got some kind of a thing to complain about or make everybody scared about. So I don't know. It was a weird day for me. So I enjoyed the fireworks they had here locally, and I went and sat out and watched those. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people that are probably upset and probably don't want to really celebrate, but think about it. We could be and I've got people. Don't take this the wrong way. I've got viewers in Russia, so don't y'all get upset at me either. But Russia's not doing great right now. Ukraine's blowing stuff up there, and Russia's supposed to be this big gas station, and Ukraine's them blowing all their stuff up, and the Russian people apparently having a hard time getting gas. So they seem all pretty upset about it. So world's an interesting place. We got this, and King George was kind of mad too. Although he lived a lot longer than he was actually king. I think at some point they were just kind of like, okay, you're no, you can't be king anymore. So those are my two 4th of July stories. I didn't have a whole bunch of stories tonight. I can play some more music, and then we can we'll see if we can catch any more viewers, Joe Daisy. Like I said, I think it's just me and you tonight. But that's okay. I wanted to practice playing some of these songs and see how it turned out. Yeah, it's kind of yeah. I'm not as I'm not a fan of killing people. Really, I don't really think any circumstance justifies it. So, a lot of the stuff that's going on in the country, I'm not, or around the world, I'm not happy with a whole lot of it. People killing each other is not a cool thing, and I don't understand why people do it and how we got here with that, where everybody just thinks it's okay. Oh, it's okay, Joe Daisy. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you tuning in and watching. So anyway, like I said, that's kind of my take on that. So I did, I'm an old guy and I wouldn't go out and celebrate anyway, but I did go out and watch the fireworks. My cats are all scared. They're probably hiding under the bed somewhere because they usually come out during the live streams if I'm doing a live stream. So anyway, that was my take on kind of the Fourth of July today. And like I said, I thought it was interesting that both Jefferson and Adams and Monroe Jefferson and Adams passed away on the same day within a couple hours of each other, and Monroe passed away like 5 years later. So I thought those were interesting stories. So let me play a couple more songs, a couple more pieces of music I wanted to try. So my cousin that was here watching the other night was all worried about me playing music in the live streams, but all the music I picked is from the Creator Studio, even the stuff that's got lyrics. Came out of the studio and you can download it, so it's not like rev sharing or anything. So it's all clear and all cool for using on live streams. But it's kind of a test just to make sure. I'm gonna do it and see what we end up with. Oh, I like being old. It lets me be it lets me be grumpy. It lets me pull off the oh, that was one of the things the AI was like, I asked it for like title ideas and it was like spitting out titles. And that's where the Wizard of Oz thing came from. I thought that was funny. And I actually thought about doing a segment of live streams where people just throw, let it be like our Q&A section and just let people throw random questions at me and I'll just answer them off the top of my head. I thought that might be amusing. Well, let me play another one of these songs. Well, I appreciate that, Joe Daisy. Thank you. Let me go up here and where's that other song at? This song's probably gonna be part of this show. I'm probably gonna play most of these rap songs on this show and not on the Appalachia After Dark. Although I might switch around and do both of them. Both of them did some different places. It's hard to say. All right, I'm gonna play this one. Like I said, I'm gonna basically play some music tonight and enjoy the holiday. We're gonna try a couple more songs. So this is one. That's close though. I think he is a. I think he is a white boy. So, pretty sure he is. He looks like he is. Yeah, and FX. Hey, if you check his channel out. So that's the cool thing about when I found his channel. He's literally got like 150 songs that are all copyright free that are his original creations. Um, and he's originally a YouTuber himself. That was how he kind of built his brand. So his whole thing the entire time has been that his songs are kind of or not kind of, his songs are copyright free. He lets people use them. That's how he got famous. So um, he doesn't mind doing it. So he lets people use. And if you go look at his channel, it actually says on the channel, hey, use my stuff for streaming. Feel free. So that's why I've been using this stuff. And there's a whole bunch of other music on Creator Studio that you can use. Um, Mostly instrumentals and stuff. But there's some kind of cool, wacky stuff. Here, I'm gonna play this one thing, Joe Daisy. You'll like it. And then I've got like one like um, patriotic song. We'll probably wrap it up. Well, I try to find things that either sound like they're like paranormal-ish or maybe like 1960s like spy kind of stuff or old TV or noir or I don't know. I've got some varied taste. And I might throw some bluegrass or something at you too. So it's kind of all over, what I listen to is kind of all over the place. Um, Let me give you an example. You'll love this next one. You'll love this next one. This next one's actually called Adam's Family Dukes. Yeah, I figured I'd use Bluegrass on the Appalachia After Dark show. I've got a couple of things I can use. Also, that bagpipe stuff works good too. It's actually called Adam's Family Dukes, and it's from I guess it's a guy named Joel Cummins, Cummins. So I thought it was kind of a fun thing that I could use on like the Saturday night shows just to break up the monotony. So you'll hear this tossed in on shows and stuff here and there. This will probably be for like a bathroom break or something. Now, hopefully I can get more people to watch. Like I said, it was a holiday, so I wasn't sure about doing a stream tonight, but all right. So I've got a bunch of stuff like that kind of saved up to use on the shows and all. I don't want to play. I don't want to play all of it tonight. Yeah, and like I said, I listen to all kinds of goofy stuff, so it doesn't take something interesting. So yeah, I just basically look for anything that I thought was kind of weird. It might be fun to play on a live stream that was kind of spooky sounding. And I downloaded a couple of patriotic things for tonight. Let me see here. Oh, that was an FX song. So that FX song was called "You Will Never See Me Coming." If anybody wanted to know. And I think that's probably. Well, I think I'm going to play the. Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, I'm basically when you come from Virginia, you're forced to well, not forced. Well, yeah, forced. I mean, Poe went to the University of Virginia and lived here for a time. So yeah, they kind of force you to learn about Poe. I actually thought about reading some of his stuff online sometime because I couldn't imagine any of it would be copyrighted at this point. So I would think I'd be okay reading some of it because a lot of people probably aren't familiar with some of his writings and all. I don't think they teach people stuff a whole lot in school anymore. Oh no, the rock band. Oh yeah, I like Marilyn. I like Marilyn Manson. No, I'm not familiar with Poe the rock band. I'll have to check them. I'm gonna write that down. I'll have to go back and look them up. I am familiar with Marilyn Manson. I listen to a lot of Manson stuff, especially his covers of like other songs. He seems to be able to take somebody else's song and just make it into something completely different to the point where it almost sounds like something that was his. Oh, Poe did a Blair. Oh, I will have to check that out. Poe. I'm gonna write Poe Blair Witch track. And I've got some other kind of groovy stuff I can play too. Here, I'll play. You want to do like one more song, Joe Daisy, and then I'll play the patriotic song. We'll wrap it up. Like I said, I didn't expect to get a whole lot of people tonight. This was just kind of a test, and throw some of the music at you guys and tell you a little holiday story. Yeah, I'll check it. I'll check that out, Joe Daisy. Well, let me play one more of these songs. Let me find one that's not too um, terribly long. Just some of the kind of wacky stuff that I found. Oh, mercy. Here. Haunted by Poe. I choked myself. So that's called. Again, I'm not sure which is which. It says Puddle of Infinity Doll Dancing. I think the name of I think Puddle of Infinity is the artist, and I think Doll Dancing um, is the piano piece. So most of the music that's in Creator Studio that you can use that is instrumental. Like I said, there are those NFX songs. If you use any other music in live stream, you go get hit with a copyright strike. So there's no point in doing it. Now there's a whole lot of music that's revenue share that you can use in long form videos. So if anybody's a creator that watches me, you can explore that idea. You have to split part of your revenue. So a couple of those big videos that I did that had all that music in it, a lot of those are rev share songs, and so I would split any revenue I made on that with the artist. But I didn't make the videos they were kind of like protest pieces for me, so I didn't make them to necessarily make money on. Yeah, okay. I thought it was a cool song. So like I said, I'm gonna kind of use it as a mood changer, or like between like stories and stuff on the Saturday night stream. If I've got like kind of a sad story coming up, I can kind of play some like somber music or something, like kind of leading up to it. So just to make the stream more interesting. And I'm thinking about doing some longer streams too. So having some music is a way for me to do that. Gives everybody a chance to take a break and go to the bathroom or get a drink, or smoke them if you got them, or whatever. so like I said, that's probably. Yeah, it does. Just like especially on the rev share stuff. But the reason, my understanding, and after talking to the YouTube assistant, which I guess is an AI. Well, I actually talked to the support people too, and it's like about doing it. It's like, so yeah, it's kind of it gives you a way to have like some cool music in your videos and make more of a kind of cinematic production out of it, and have almost a soundtrack kind of thing. And that's kind of what I'm going to try to do here on these two shows: the Saturday night show, the Gen X Files, and Appalachia After Dark on the Thursday show. I think I might have said Wednesday. I'm gonna do it on Thursdays. Um, So because most live streamers don't, unless they've got like. But I even know a guy. I even follow a guy on here that has his own channel. That's a musician, and he can't even use his own music on his own channel because of the copyright stuff, and because of having to go to the company and having to figure out the royalties and stuff. So, but I'm glad. Like I said, there is a bit of music that you can play on YouTube. So I think I'm gonna play the patriotic thing. Well, this is our 4th of July celebration, and thank you for being here, Joe Daisy. It doesn't look like we had a whole lot of people tune in, but it looks like we had a few. So hopefully more people will watch it later. But let me play the patriotic song, and then we'll sign off for the night. I'm at 40 minutes. So somehow even I still managed to get 45 minutes out of it. I didn't mean to talk that long. But I appreciate you being here, Joe Daisy. Like I said, I hope you had a good 4th. And everybody watching, I hope you had a good 4th too. Let's play our little patriotic piece, and that's probably going to be me signing off for the night, unless I get some questions or some more comments. But let's play our little 4th of July piece, and this is from the Army Band. Let's see. Let me get down here to it. Down here with that pipe and drums. And this is U.S. Army Military Band, the Thunder, which is, I believe, a Sousa piece. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody had a good day today. Well, it's been fun. Thank you, Joe Daisy. And I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. I think it was a good time. Like I said, I wanted to check out some music, kind of have a little fun for the holiday, do something a little different. Yeah. Yeah, like I told you, when I first started out, sometimes I wouldn't get nobody. But then sometimes I'd turn it on, I'd have like 1,500 people, and it was more than I could keep up with. So you never know with live stream. It depends on the night, and depends on what's going on. I think this is a Sousa piece. You're welcome, Joe Daisy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Happy 4th to you. Happy 4th to you. Yeah, I thought we'd just chat and play some music tonight. I had a couple of stories I figured I'd tell. Right. Well, cool. I appreciate everybody tuned in. Thank y'all so much. I hope you had fun. Like I said, I wanted to test out playing some music tonight. So some of this music will make it onto some of the other shows. I probably won't play the U.S. Army military band again. Although I guess I could play it at the end of the shows to kind of sign off. You know, they've got these on those old TV stations. They kind of they all signed off at midnight around where I'm from. So the last thing you get at the end of the night was basically the Star Spangled Banner, and then that was it till like later in the morning. But like I said, I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I hope everybody had a great 4th. Thank you again, Joe Daisy. Yeah, I always go back and watch again too, just to kind of see what it sounds like. And it always seems to be, I always feel like I'm a train wreck while it's going on, and then I go back and watch it, and it actually doesn't look too bad. So, hopefully it sounded okay too. Hopefully y'all could hear all the music all right. But anybody that's just now tuning in, if you haven't had a chance to, go back and watch the beginning of this. We played some music, and I had a couple of 4th of July stories, and I appreciate everybody tuned in. Thank you. And thank you again, Joe Daisy. Y'all have a good night, and see you Thursday night at 10 o'clock. So thanks so much. If you can, Joe Daisy, like I said, I always appreciate you showing up, and I don't expect you to, but I appreciate you being here. So cool effect, especially vintage track. Yeah, I'm going to try to come up with some stuff that we can play on here and have some fun, so it's not, not quite so boring. I like the old time radio shows where people got on and chatted a little bit, and they had call-ins and stuff. And the chat's my easiest way to do like a call-in kind of show because everybody can kind of toss their hat in the ring with it. So, like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope everybody had a good 4th of July, and y'all have a good night, and see you next week.